Women love masculinity and women do not love Tim Walz. So that should just tell you about how masculine Tim Walz is. The other day, you saw him with a vanilla ice cream shake. Had a straw in it.
Oh.
Again, that tells you everything.
What?
Well, you know what?
How are you supposed to drink a shake?
You just dump it into your face, I think. Well, you know that he's had this obsession.
Hold on. I have
about straws.
Yeah, I do know that.
Yeah.
In fact, let's go to let's go to the next video, J2. He talks about straws all the time. He's obsessed with straws. He's a weirdo. Let's watch.
On Monday, I covered Joe Biden's Thanksgiving trip to Nantucket. He polar plunged, did a little Black Friday shopping with Hunter, and he called one of our correspondents stupid. And we're willing to look past that little outburst, but some things we just can't let slide. Joe Biden used a straw.
There's a straw incident in his past. We may never know what it is, but something happened.
Who hurt you? Okay, which straw hurt you, Jesse Waters? There's another one. There's another example. Let's watch.
I'm sure Trump would agree that wasn't a good look. He's better than that.
No, he's not better. No, he's gay. He's gay because we saw him with the straw. I'm sorry, Jesse, it's done. He's a gay man.
No. His distaste for straws is so intense that he's even willing to have a nonpartisan criticism. Like Trump does it, gotta be criticized. Biden does it, gotta be criticized. Walz does it, not masculine, gotta be criticized. What is up with that whole straw thing?
I don't I could speculate. He's a young boy and he's wearing his boat shoes or whatever, and he's drinking out of a straw. And some mean girl called him queer or something, and that was it for the rest of his life. Now it's his crusade.
Okay, I am a woman. I enjoy masculinity. I have also seen very masculine men drink a shake through a straw, and it did not even occur to me for a second that this guy is not masculine because he's drinking through a straw. Who has this weird obsession with straws? And why is drinking through a straw considered not masculine enough?
I don't think that it means that you're gay, but I think most men, if I see a man drinking through a straw, I immediately picture a penis. Even if it's not being drunk, if I see a straw, I picture a penis. I think most men just picture penises constantly, right? So we're very worried about, being seen in proximity to them. All of us alphas, it's just dude stuff. What is wrong with all of these men?
He's got a weird fixation with mouths.
100%.
Okay, because it's not only about straws, it's also about the way men eat soup. Let's watch.
And as you've heard me say, it's not just straws, Jimmy. Soup is another problem area. Men shouldn't eat soup in public. Again, you're pursing your lips in anticipation. You lean your head out, trying not to spill it. Come on, it's like a balancing act. Soup isn't even filling. Sometimes you have to blow on it if it's too hot. It's too hot. No. You can have soup in private, or you can have a stew, a nice hearty stew. And then there's this French onion soup situation. Have you guys seen this? Guys are out there dipping the spoon in, and you have cheese like this, above your, and guys are going in like this, trying to, and then twirling it in there with their tongues. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
I thought that was a super masculine rant he went on.
Yeah. I thought he was very masculine, but then he mimed gay. He's a gay man. I saw his tongue in public. Do that in private like a real man. Every real man has built a closet in his house, and there's a little chair in there, and you sit there with your soup, and finally you can be yourself in your little soup closet. But you don't do it in public, no matter how much you want to. You don't do it, Jesse. You don't.
Your little soup closet.
That's where you can be yourself and all the weight off your shoulders. All the weight finally. What was it about women not liking Tim Walz? Does he know how much Trump is losing the women vote to Harris? They don't seem to like Trump very much.
I know, it's so amazing.
Oh, and I'm sure women just, oh my God, JD Vance, they can't help themselves.
Could it be that maybe, just maybe, female voters are voting based on which politicians might, like improve their lives and their freedom to make decisions about their own bodies?
Yeah,
could it be?
I don't think he's gonna accept that.
Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe it's, how they use a straw, whether they use a straw, how they eat their soup, whether they're willing to do it privately or out in the open, publicly, like absolute animals.
I don't think that women can think rationally like that. I think that men, very logical, they're just thinking about the nuts and bolts of straws and soups. I think that's what it is. They're not emotional. This is not knee-jerk stuff. By the way, I love this strategy.
Him, though? Are we?
We might be. I think I would not generally consider him to be a particularly brave person. There's not anything particularly traditionally masculine about him. But it is interesting that the one-man war he's been waging is on the straws, sure, but he was more interested in the soup. He is bad-mouthing eating soup to a Fox News audience that is on average 98 years old and probably loves soup even more than Donald Trump at this point.
Does he differentiate between soup and stew?
Chili? Is that okay?
Yeah, is chili okay? Sometimes you gotta blow on the spoon of chili if it's too hot.
It's certainly filling.
Chili seems-
Free your mind.
Free your mind. Chili seems like a very masculine thing to eat, no?
Yeah, what the hell is wrong?
Beans and meat.
What soup has he been fed? Like, I feel like, how like his mom will call up and be like, Jesse, you gotta stop being an a-hole. She doesn't say that exactly, but that's the undercurrent. I feel like he's insulting her soup. Because he's not making soup for himself. He doesn't look like a cooking man.
Right.
So where did he have all this bad soup?
I just wanna know, where the straw hurt him.
I just want one of his childhood friends to tell us about the straw.
He could also just be trolling. I don't know.
No. He's definitely exaggerating it. But why has he chosen this to exaggerate? So I'm not gonna dock him points for the entirety of that insane rant. But the origin of it, he deserves to be attacked for.
Or the oranges of it.
Also the oranges, Tim Apple.
The beautiful oranges.